This is a quick tutorial on troubleshooting some of the most common situations when you're working on a quick rendering in Adobe Illustrator using the live paint tools. Let's dig in. This is a super fast review of how to set up the drawing. You should have already successfully transferred the PDF file onto a new Illustrator artboard, then made the drawing into a live paint object. Once you've set up the live paint rendering, the next thing to do is to assess the problem areas. I used the live paint selector tool to hover over the line work of the drawing. You can see that the default gap options setting in Illustrator were not sufficient enough to separate the areas defined by the dashed lines. A quick solution is to use the black selection arrow to pick on the drawing again. Then go back to the Object pull-down menu to the Live Paint options. This time, pick on Gap Options. Change the gap option setting from Small Gap Recognition to Medium Gap. Now use the Live Paint Selector tool again and hover over the same area. This seemed to work well, but if it didn't, you can repeat the process again and increase the gap recognition size from medium to large gaps. The next issue that you might encounter is that the flooring pattern runs right into the firebox. This is a problem. You will need to separate the flooring area from the internal firebox by using the pen tool to create a boundary, as you see me do here. Another issue that you might have when you transfer drawings from AutoCAD to Illustrator has to do with the line weights and layers from AutoCAD. You will need to get pretty close here with the magnifying glass to see the issue. You can see places where the line weights are inconsistent. You will need to use the white direct selection arrow to select the line segment and then go to the stroke panel to pump up the line weight to match the rest of the line that represents the wall or the object. Another issue that can present a problem is the broken line work at the range top. Again, you will need to use the magnifying glass to zoom into the area and fix the gaps with the white direct selection arrow. The issue here is that the line work is broken and should be connected to be able to be filled. The last thing you might want to do is place a symmetrical rug pattern into the composition. This means that you cannot use the swatch option for the rug. The swatch option works well for an asymmetrical pattern or an abstract pattern. But if the pattern has to be precisely symmetrical, then you have to be able to place the rug below the furniture. This means using the white direct selection arrow to cut and paste the furniture grouping onto a different layer. Use the white direct selection arrow to select the outline of the unwanted rug line and pick on the delete key on your keyboard twice to erase the entire line segment. Using the white direct selection arrow, make a window around the furniture grouping and cut it from the artboard. Make a layer between the drawing and the new furniture grouping for the rug image, just like a PB&J sandwich. The order of the layers matters here. You want the furniture layer to be at the top of the list, followed by the rug layer, and finally the drawing layer at the bottom. Make the furniture layer the current layer by picking on it. Then go to the Edit pull-down menu to paste in place. Now the furniture is on its own layer. To be able to render the furniture, you will need to make each piece a live rendered object. Now make the rug layer the current layer. Use the Place command to insert the image of the rug you want to use under the furniture. You will see that the furniture is only an outline. You may want to turn off the visibility of the rug layer until you have finished rendering the furniture. I hope that answers all the most commonly asked questions about using a CAD drawing as a quick rendering in Adobe Illustrator.